Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Friday, June 27th, and June is coming to an end very quick. Last day of June is Monday. Next Friday is 4th of July. How crazy is that? But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. How is everybody on this Friday morning? Let's go ahead and see what the market's doing today. We'll go through our Jolie's jumpers and see what's popping up here. ADIL. That one was jumping up yesterday. We do know that. We were looking at it the last 2 days, and it did have some jump up yesterday, a little bit of pullback there today. So we'll see what that one's wrong. CYN is jumping up there, and it was jumping up yesterday, and that one's a monster right now. Look at that bad boy. It jumped up to 41.54 yesterday from $5, and today it went 17.50 to 25 right there. It's at 21.06 for CYN. GVH right there. That one was ripping up there as well, and it was all the way at the bottom in the basement trying to get out. You can see it had pulled back, and it's got a little bounce action happening, so you keep an eye on that one today. And INMB right here is jumping up right there, and that's way up INMB, so might keep some momentum. So watch that one for today as well. And MMA right here, the Mixed Martial Arts Group. Let's see what MMA is up to. Let's see. It's up 15 cents, and it's hitting some resistance. I don't know if it'll get through that today, but it is jumped up there. And NAOV, I remember this ran up recently up here, right there, jumped up. And it looks like it's trying to do it again right here, NAOV. And yeah, it was run up yesterday, a little more today. So there you go. We'll see if it can continue to run up there. And SRFM is that Surf Air Mobility. We were looking at it, and it is running up as well. SRFM right there. And that had recently run up, making a base and trying to run up. And there's your Jolie's jumpers right there. And again, we'll get back into our normal swing of show prep and our Jolie's jams, our laptop lowdowns, and everything else for next week. And my voice is coming back, as you can tell. So that is good. Good morning, Larry, Luis Rodriguez, and everybody else. How are we? And what do we have right there? BTBT. Huh? Let's check it out, Larry, and see what BTBT is up to. Bit Digital. And let's see. That one had taken a nice dip right there. Look like it's trying to jump up a little bit, but I don't know if it's exactly ready yet, but it should start to set up there, so we keep an eye on that for next week, as a matter of fact. And Applied Digital right here. Let's see what APLD is doing. APLD, Applied Digital Corp. And that one's hitting some resistance, and I think it may not get through that. So I think it might have to bounce back down and reset up right there. So we'll keep an eye on APLD, see if it can get through there anyway. And if it doesn't, then we'll have that pullback. If it does, it'll start ripping. And NTLA, not looking bad right there. Looks like it wants to curl up. NTLA. And yeah, that one doesn't look too bad right there. So keep an eye on that, especially going in for next week. That could be a good one right there. So there we go. A couple other ones. And let's take a look and see what our market's doing today. And our SPY and our big caps and Mag 7. Let's see our heat map. Oh, wait, I never even turned the thing on. Jesus Christmas. I'm the worst, guys. Sorry about that. I just went through the Jolie's jumpers and didn't even put the screen on there for you. So my bad. Anyway, that were the jumpers. Let's go through our SPY and big cap. That's our heat map right there. I was just cruising through, and you guys were just watching me. Anyway, that's our Jolie's jumpers were jumping. You guys, I posted them out. You guys can see them. And you know what I said anyway, but here we go. I guess it's a Friday morning. That's what our heat map looks like. And again, we'll go through our SPY and big caps. And thank you, Barbara. I just realized that I couldn't, that you guys didn't see the charts, but now we got you. Appreciate you giving me a heads up, though, there. And I guess it's early Friday, huh? But anyway, let's get cruising through our SPY and our big caps. That's what's important right here. And TSM is cruising up there. And look at our SPY at 613. I mean, somebody said it was going through 610. And then we'd have to reevaluate it. And it looks like it wants to continue running here, guys. They're going to leave it in a spot on a Friday where you can't tell for next week. I already expected that yesterday, like I had said. But it is up over that 610 right there. and looking pretty good. Let's go through our Mag 7, our big caps, and see what's happening here. Apple's back up over 201. I'm telling you, it's getting set up right there. It's in a good spot. So watch for them little dips, but it is looking good. And let's see what else is going on right here. Amazon right now, that is up some more, 219, and that's setting up to run up a little bit more. So that's looking good to pop up there. Google's have been setting up as well. So these things do look pretty good. And Meta right here. Let's see what's going on about Meta, META. That's popped up another $5. It was up big yesterday, and these things are hitting the top again. And we'll have to see if they can get back in. And again, they're going to leave them this Friday for the weekend, and we're not going to be able to tell going into a short week because it'll be a holiday week with 4th of July next Friday, a week from today. Microsoft's still way up at the top, a little bit of pullback, but nothing crazy considering it keeps running up there. And NVIDIA not looking bad. That's topping out right there. So there you go for NVIDIA, not looking bad as well. And again, it's in the top and it should try to push up a little bit more. Tesla's looking better. And it is, I said, watch for a little pullback right there, but it will get set up to run. So keep an eye on Tesla. And let's look at the Roaring Kitty Crew, AMC. That one's just kind of hanging out right there. Not sure if it'll curl through. GameStop curling up, and we did say it would run up as it curls up. Not sure if it'll get through there, but it will. It is running up as it's curling up. Chewy, the same situation. That one's curling up too, looking pretty bullish. So keep your eye on Chewy. And how about Unity right here? Not looking bad, but that one could have a little bit of pullback. And let's take a look and see what Netflix is up to real quick. And that one is in the 1300s now. And I told you, Netflix is crazy, guys. It wants to keep running right there. And let's look at our semiconductors. AVGO still running up there. And that one's a monster. MU not looking too bad, but it is pulling back. It looks like it wants to curl back up just a little healthy at the moment. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. And there's your TSM at 225. And again, guys, we did say that was going to get ripping, and it certainly did. And there you go with TSM and that SMCI right here. Let's see what Super Micro Computer is looking really good. Been running up there. Luis Rodriguez and that TSM also has been running up too. So let's see. And what else was it? SMCX. And that one's running up. That's the ETF for SMCI. So that's been looking good. And ARM right here has been pretty strong in the top. So these things are in the top, so we have to be careful, but they did run up exactly like we wanted them to, and they are hitting all-time highs. AMD right there, still running up there, and these things are still looking good. QCOM's running up some more, and that one's set up even better right now. Holy cow, that one's looking good. And Intel right here, INTC, is running up some, so that one doesn't look too bad. What's PayPal doing right here? That's getting set up as well, guys. So these things are setting up, and Snow's been running up in the top. It's still up there, and it's still trying to run up some a little higher. So you want to talk about hitting these things and getting the market smoking. Holy cow, it is ripping right now. And there's Dell ripping up there. So I don't see what anybody's argument could possibly be, even with some healthy pullback in the summertime. Remember, last year, right before the election, we had that same situation. It pulled back just in the middle of July through August, and then basically started to run right at the end of the summer, and they were still pulling back the rates right before an election, and the market wasn't that great, and the inflation was soaring, guys. I mean, it was ripping at that time, if you remember, because it was just going higher and higher and higher. Now at least it's a little bit stable. And if you guys want to see something funny, hold on, because I read something this morning, and I thought it was quite comical, because it's exactly what I had been saying for a little while. And it says Trump has outsmarted all of us, admits backpedaling economists who bash president's hold plan on the tariffs, and who said that that was going to work out and that they had a master plan. So, I mean, everything I've said has been rolling right along, happening like this. I mean, like clockwork, guys. And yeah, they have the market under control, and they had a master plan. Their plan is to get the rates down, and they can't get Powell to budge, even though they absolutely should have been down already. And there's other people in the Fed that feel the same way. So it looks like Powell may be heading out the door, and he should be. I mean, he's screwing the American people, not just playing politics here, and it's definitely political. So it is wild, guys, what's going on. But yeah, they get these rates down, you're really going to see the market ripping. And Palantir 145 hitting them highs right there. Sophie SOFI getting still ripping up there. We said it was looking bullish. And Mara and Riot have been setting up right here, not looking bad. Mara looks like it's trying to set up, and Riot's doing the same thing right there. And Clean Spark had been running up, and that one's still setting up there. So they're not looking bad. And I'm telling you, something's going on with crypto. That wants to get ripping too. So I don't know what's happening, but Trump, I'm telling you, what did I say? At the end of the summer, things would be crazy. And they are. I'm telling you, we're going to see a little pullback, and then it's going to get nutty. So, and they're hitting all-time highs now with the SPY and everything else. So I don't see what anybody can even have any kind of argument, to be honest with you. There is zero argument at this point. And Coinbase is down like 49 cents, but has been ripping up there. And Hood only needs 2 O's. And there you go. Robinhood, HOOD, 84.85. And that is up a little bit into the top as well. And it's been running, and DJT is getting set up right there. And so is Fun. Fun's not looking bad. So keep your eye on them. And Mountain is getting set up as well here. So that has like a week or two, but it is trying to set up. IBM right here is not looking bad. Still in the top, but still could run up a little bit. And Disney right here is in the top and just cruising along with no problem. And let's look at our Oxy and our ExxonMobil, and they are even setting up. Oxy is anyway. Let's look at ExxonMobil here. Where is it? Here it goes. And there's your ExxonMobil, and it does look like it might want to crawl off of there. So keep an eye. It's pulled back a little bit. It's in that spot where it can pull itself back up. And there you go. That's what them big caps and the Mag 7 and everybody else looks like. Let's see what's going on here and see what's happening. And Trump did say some comments by Trump yesterday about Powell from Luis Rodriguez. Here we go. I think he's terrible, Trump said when he asked during a news conference about his intentions for the next Fed leader. Trump then called Powell a very average mentally person, adding he has a low IQ for what he does and is a very political guy. I think he's a very stupid person, actually, Trump said. While Trump's name calling of Powell isn't particularly new, the words now could signal action. And I agree. I mean, I don't think he's very bright either, to be honest with you. And we have the consumer sentiment and the personal income, personal spending, and PCE index, PCE year over year. That's all at 8:30. And the consumer sentiment looked like it was at 10 a.m. and the core PCE. So that's all happening right there. And there we are. So, and Barbara, thanks for the heads up there, because I forgot to switch it over and look and see, switch it over so you guys could look and see the charts there. So let's see what's going on here and what else we're going to be looking at today. But that's what our SPY and big caps are looking at. Let's look at crypto real quick. Bitcoin appears to be at, let me see real quick, 107,000, and Solana's at 142. Ethereum's 245, 2,450. Ripple's at 209, and Cardano's at 55 right there. So that's what our stock cube says. And what did I hit? I hit 4x. That ain't going to help. But there's our Bitcoin at 107 right there. And let's see what's happening. Just a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy. And it is crossing through. And I'm telling you, it's getting set up, guys. Here's Ethereum, the same look. And these 20s, they're going to get popped up onto them 20s in the next couple days. And then they're going to get ripping. I don't know what they have in mind for crypto, but something is going on here. And it's looks like it's really getting set up. It came down, bottomed out down here. and I don't think they're going to go into the basement. You can see Doge even wants to rip, and Cardano right here is setting up as well, and that looked like it bottomed out there. So I do think crypto is getting set up right now to get moving right there. So we'll see what happens. And for the last 8 years, Powell has been criticizing the White House for increased spending. Now he's in an opportunity to assist by lowering rates so we can manage that debt, and he does nothing. So political hypocrite, and I agree 100%, Luis Rodriguez. And I've been pointing it out for over a month before anybody even said anything about it, and people were trying to argue with me that the banking system and this and that and these numbers and that numbers. And, I laughed about it because I was like, nah, these charts are telling me that everything's perfectly fine. And you guys know when the charts tell me something, they're probably on the money because they don't lie. The money trial doesn't lie. Everything else lies, political nonsense and all that crap. That all lies. These charts don't lie. They just tell you exactly what it wants to do all the time. And that's why we do so well and have been so successful. That's why I've been extremely successful in the stock market, because the charts do not lie. And if you just listen and pay attention to them and trade appropriately and smart, that's the hardest part. The charts tell you exactly what to do. It's then getting rid of your emotions and trading smart and locking in profits. And then you do perfectly well because they start compounding extremely fast. And the way you look at it is you buy these stocks and they go up and you say, well, I better lock in my profits because I can't go to the store and use and buy something with CYN. So I'm going to need the cash to buy stuff. So that's why I have to lock in profits. And that's why you look at it, because these things will go right back down. As you can see, CYN went flying up to 40 yesterday, and now it's at 2103. So if you had caught it anywhere between 2103 and $40, you were doing pretty well. And then you weren't even worrying about it today because it was going to be pulling back. If it spiked up like that, it wasn't going that high again. Chances are it wasn't. So now you're just playing a waiting game. So just get out of it on the spike up and be happy with it. And that's that. So anyway, let's see what's going on. Wall Street flirts with new record. Oh, wow. And stock futures rise on trade deal hopes. Oh, yeah, they might have a trade deal with China. That'll make things really start ripping. S&P poised for record high. And there's an important market indicator that suggests investors remain wary. It's good news for stocks. The open road ahead for investors, and Dow futures rise on China trade truce optimism right there, like I said. And there you go. So yeah, the market's looking pretty good, I would say. And let's see what else is going on over here. Anything else? Let's see if we missed anything, and let's see what's trending over here. But it is kind of just an easy Friday, I'm not gonna lie. Nothing too crazy, which is perfectly fine going into a short week. And let's see what INAB looks like. JB, how are you this morning? And let's take a look at it real quick and see what if I typed it in right, we'd get there. INAB Innate Bio. I don't remember looking at this thing, but it recently split right there, and it does look pretty good, I must say. INAB. Let's take a look at it over here real quick. INAB, that is looking pretty healthy right there. So keep an eye on that. And speaking of TrendSpider right here, since we always use it, their 4th of July sale will be coming up. So I will post it early, and I'll find out when it starts if anybody's interested, because that is the time to get TrendSpiders during a holiday. That's when I always get it. And so yeah, definitely check it out. And like I said, I'll post the affiliate link, and you'll have a good. There'll be a great deal and a good setup. And again, if you sign up, I can easily get Nader or the team to set you up with some charts and how I have them set up, and also some scanners, which we will bring back. And next week I'll have them up there for us, and then we'll go through them again, so you guys can have some of them because they're easy. You can send them to people inside of TrendSpider. So That's not too hard to do. So yeah, if you do sign up for TrendSpider, just let me know and I can make sure that Nader or somebody over there gets you all set up and you're good to go. So let me know if you're interested, and I'll give you the affiliate link for that bad boy. And again, they have great sales during great deals during the holidays. That's when it's the best time to do it. Every single holiday, doesn't matter what it is, but 4th of July is usually a really good one too. So I'll have to look and see what they do, because each time they do something a little bit different. Each holiday is a little different of a sale, and they do something like a little more special on different options and stuff like that you have. But anyway, so any questions with that? TrendSpider deal is now $5 to try, 50% off annual year. There you go. Central Florida Gardening Hydro Micro. Thank you. And yeah, I'll post out the affiliate link. So if anybody is interested in trying it out right there, you can give it a try. And it's like I said, the deals are crazy during the holidays. It's the best time to sign up for TrendSpider. I promise you that. And so yeah, I'll post that out. So they'll have it rolling like all week. So if you're interested, and again, we're about to crank this up to a whole nother level. So if you want to get all set up and get ready, because I'm telling you, we're going to be ripping through the Discord. And Ben had a huge day yesterday, and we're going to be having huge days almost every week. Let's put it that way. We're definitely going to be destroying the market, no matter which way it wants to go, because you guys can tell, you guys see that we do it anyway. So let's start trading them real smart together, and then you guys will really have fun. The show will really crank it up another notch. So thank you, Central Florida there. And so yeah, I'll post that out. If anyone's interested in any questions about that, let me know, or any questions about the Discord, hit me up. And I think Barbara had sent me a message and a couple other people. So I will definitely get right back to you guys this morning. And I did see them. I passed right out last night. I sat down after the show. I was going to do a couple things and boom, just passed out. But I feel great this morning. I guess I needed some sleep. So I was like up early and cruising around. So there you go, everybody. I'll answer all them. And let's see what PTIX is doing, Barbara. And let's see what that's up to. And that is curling up pretty nice right there, huh? PTIX. Let's see. That's not bad. It's just stair stepping up, almost a little healthy pullback right there. And that's yesterday's date, so it's not showing me anything today. I think that might be yesterday's date too. Yes, it is right there, 390 to 419. It's at 387 and 386 right there. And like I said, it does look like a little healthy pullback. So that one does look like it's trying to start running right there. And there you go. And can't buy nothing with green numbers. You gotta have green paper. That's right, Bar. That's a good way to look at it. Can't buy anything with green numbers. So just remember, even though your account's green and the stocks are all up, you can't go to a store and buy anything like that. So you do have to lock in those profits so you can enjoy your trading success. So just another way to look at it, because I do understand hitting the sell button can be hard sometimes, but once you start doing it and you start locking in those profits and you see it start compounding and you stop worrying about hitting the tops all the time, it becomes way easier, and then it becomes a lot less stressful too, because you're not really worrying about it. You just know you're making money, and that's all that matters. You're making money. Just make money, make money, make money. Keep making money on each trade, and you're not going to hit every single one. Don't get me wrong. You will have a few losing ones. And the other great thing, not great thing, no, the other beautiful thing about learn how to trade smart is knowing when to cut them losses quick. So we'll also be doing that as well. You get into some setups look beautiful, and the next thing you know, they pull back. And yes, they can rip, but we do look at the chart and see what it wants to tell us, and we go from there. So you can always hop back in, do whatever. But yeah, sometimes the setups, they look great, and then the next thing you know, some news comes out, something happens in the world, and things start to pull back. So you got to just kind of adjust and adapt real quick and pivot. So that's what it's all about. And, just keeping with the trends and being able to pivot are the two most important things right there. And then being able to read these charts and trade smart. I mean, it's really a pretty simple process, guys. And we can read the charts extremely well on the show. So we will be ripping right through the market with no problem. That SPY's looking good today. It is at its all-time highs there, 613. Look at it ripping along there. It didn't get up that high before. It was at 612. That's what I thought. Oh, 613.23, but it already beat it right there. So there you go. And I thought it had gotten to the all-time high right there. And it did get through to the 610 right there as we thought. And now we just have to see how much it wants to get pulled up. We're not going to be able to tell. As you can see, it's going to go flat on this line right here. And then we're going to have a weekend with a short week for 4th of July. But you never know. Trump could pull out the old China trade deal on the 4th of July week right there and make this market really rip. So interesting things going on right there. Let's see what else is happening here. GVH right here. That's way down, huh? Let's see. That thing should take a nice little bounce. Let me see what that's up to. That's an interesting one. It is bouncing up there. Keep an eye on this. We might have to watch this bad boy for next week as well. GVH, Globe event, because that could be a nice little runner right there. OST, that's a huge dip too. Is this the right one? I even hop on the right one. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, that definitely was. I was just making sure. OST, it's another nice dip, which should be a bounce. Usually the bounce plays aren't like the first ones. That's why I was like, huh. NAOV we looked at and CYN has jumped up, and there's that INMB right there, and that thing is ripping up in BBGL. HCTI, again, just pulling back. We're keeping an eye on it, and also the green lane I think is reverse split, and GCTK right there does look like it's trying to run up some more, and that is that gluco track. And let's see, that one is it ripped up the other day, and it looked like it had a little pullback, and it looks like it could be trying to run up again. GCTK right here, and it does look like it's pretty good this morning. So keep an eye on that gluco track right there. Not looking bad. ADIL, we had already been looking at it, and the big bear's been jumping up. VOR jumped up. And let's look at Wang and Lee, because WLGS, this one's trying to get set up, just run a little bit flat there. But that one is getting set up. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that for next week. And this one's actually trying to get to be in a good spot. XHLD right there. So we should keep an eye on that. It did jump up the other day, had some nice pullback, and it appears like it's trying to get set up again right there, XHLD. So I will keep my eye on that one right there. That one looks good. First time I saw that one there. And that's not what I wanted to click. I wanted to click over there. Oh, yeah, there we go. And let's see what's going on. BBLG is run up, and RMSG. There's that GVH. Again, watch for the bounce and gluco track right there. CYN. And let's see, that one's pulling back a little bit. Anything else catch my attention here? And not a whole lot going on. Again, just kind of a Friday. And there's a OST and NAOV. So a couple other ones to keep an eye on right there. And let's see if there's anything trending over here real quick, and we'll see what's happening on the stock to it. CYN and INMB and SMCI, which we've already looked at all of them guys, but there you go with your SMCI. And Nike wasn't looking bad. And that popped up on earnings. Remember, it was getting set up. It started to pull back, got set up there, and looks good. There's that gluco track we were looking at. BBLG, we just mentioned Bone Biologics while we were going through there. And APOG right there. Apogee or something, something like that. They had earnings, and this is running up pretty well. And it looks like it wants to get into the top. So looks like they did pretty well on their earnings. Netflix is up, and of course, CORZ. And it was a huge day for Ben in the Discord on this yesterday, and it's up some more right there. So there you go with that one. And JEPQ to JP Morgan NASDAQ ETF doesn't look too bad right there. So there you go with them guys. And let's take a look and see what our Lion's doing, because that's running up as well this morning. Remember, it was getting set up, and it doesn't look too bad. See if it can curl through right here for LGHL. And that does not look bad. Like I said, we'll see if it can get curling through. And Central Florida did say Trump's said China deal is signed India coming soon, and that's what I did here. I heard that the China deal was signed as well. It just wasn't announced, and again, they'll use it when they need to, so it doesn't really matter. And these deals could have been all in the works already, and they're been inking them, and you have no idea what was going on, guys. And Trump's been playing the market perfectly, like this. And nobody else in the history of our country has ever been able to do what he's been able to do right now. At least I've never seen it. And so, yeah, there you go. And Trump says U.S. has signed trade truce with China. So there you go. And there you are right there, 726. So breaking news right there. Thank you, Central Florida. And like I said, I did see that already, that it was done. The deal was already done. So I was just waiting for it to come out. And there you are. It's already out. Remember, I already said before, I said that like a month ago that was going to happen and was going to be done before they started even talking about it in the news. I was saying that was going to be on the table already. So yeah, we literally discuss everything that goes on, whether it's in the news, the economy, it doesn't matter. And then we call it exactly how it happens, like 3 or 4 weeks before it even happens. And we call the 100% stocks. We call everything on this show, guys. That's why it's so much fun. And I enjoy everybody tuning in. And thanks for everybody hanging out all the time. And yeah, we do this show every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. And if you like this show, check out our night show. We do Sunday through Thursday night at 9 p.m. and we crush the market on that. And you can see what's going on at 4 a.m. And again, my shed office is set up now. So we are ready to rock and roll, guys. It is going to get exciting, and the Discord is going to be crazy. And again, Ben just had $100,000 day yesterday. I told you guys. That's why I had no problem with you guys already signing up, and I was already posting stuff and pretty good ones as well. I know Sam's been in there. A couple other people, Kaden said, made her monthly salary in 2 days after getting laid off from her job. So there you go. That's awesome to hear that, our Discord is changing people's lives. And I did see a few other people posting. Ben was posting things yesterday. People taking $1,000 over 30K now in like a month or something. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to get crazy. I've done it so many times, and we're about to do it at a whole nother level. So it is going to be exciting. So if you want to build an account and have fun, and again, the social media is just like so much spam and just so much nonsense, so many bots, everything's just crazy on it that you can't even have fun anymore. So the Discord community is amazing, and we have a great time on this show. So that's why I don't even really post as much on social media, on the X and StockTwits, because it really isn't even fun anymore. You guys can barely comment on anything. It's just not even fun. So yeah, the Discord's going to be awesome. And that's the next level right there, I'm telling you. So I do think these social media platforms that were ripping before and people were having so much fun, things change so fast, and these things are just kind of sizzling out a little bit. And I don't think Elon's going to get it under control, and I don't think anybody is. And even that next big thing was coming out, and I don't even know if they're going to be able to pull it together because, yeah, they aren't listening because they don't understand how this stuff works and the trends and everything. So they move fast, and you better be on top of them, like you see we always are, including with social media and everything else, guys. I've been doing that for over 20 years as well. So not only have I been looking at stock charts for over 20 years, I was making things go viral before viral was ever even a word 20 plus years ago. I created I Love Roadhead. We were doing shows for Howard Stern, and everybody knew what it was. It was in Spencer's Gifts, and it was coast to coast. And yeah, we did that in our 20s, me and my buddy. So I've been doing this for a while and had hire little people, and that was huge. So I've definitely know, and all of this was done online, and this was when MySpace was big. So if you don't think I've kept up with the trends and know how things operate, that is definitely how it works. And that's why I can easily point out what shows are good, what works, what doesn't. I understand. I have an eye for it, and probably why Cavino and Rich have always kind of taken my advice too. When I say something to them, I don't think they take it completely, but they take it into consideration because I think they realize I definitely know what I'm talking talking about with when it comes to entertainment and stuff. Just knowing trends and stuff and staying ahead. And again, I've known them guys for over 20 years and talked to them often. So yeah, I'll say like, yo, this might be happening or this, and yeah, I'm telling you guys, and they're always ahead of the trends and always pivoting in the right direction. That's why they've had 20 years of success on the radio. They've been incredible at it. And again, I kind of taken a little bit of their format from their show because I've listened to it for 20 years, half my life practically, and incorporated into what I do here. So it is it's not by accident. Let's put it that way. And they know what the formula for success is. So you're not trying to reinvent anything. You're just trying to do your thing with your style and incorporate the things that work. So I knew making it have having you guys part of the show would be a huge thing and a lot of fun, and it definitely is. So it's definitely interactive, and them two have the most interactive show I've ever seen. I mean, like I said, they had a couple hundred people go out to Vegas, and they know everybody's name and everybody's like family life and everything. They care, they pay attention, and they are just genuinely good guys. And that's how you build a huge audience and a big show. And not only that, you have a lot of talent while you do it. And that's the other thing. They're super talented. But yeah, if you have the talent and you know how to do it the right way, you'll have years and years and years. You could just keep doing it, guys. You're not going to fade off. And I watched them through Sirius. So many shows used to get axed at the beginning. It was insane how many shows and how many channels they would just kind of put them on. They would have to go on this channel, that channel. They were so good they could never get rid of them. And it was their decision to actually leave because Sirius was idiots. And I've said it back then. Their management, and I told you what happened. Their management decided that they wanted to pay a bunch of celebrities that had zero talent and get rid of all the people that had real talent. And I know Bubba the Love Sponge was just talking about it the other day, and he was a big radio talent on there as well on the Howard Stern channels and does his own thing still. And Bubba's been in the game forever and was saying exactly that. I would have been saying it like the day before Bubba went on the air and said it. Was kind of funny. I remember I was saying it on here. And so, yeah, that's what happened over there. And they're trying to get people talent back now, Sirius, now that I believe Warren Buffett owns most of the company. And because it got so low. And so he went in and bought it because it was a great opportunity. It was down. It's a good service. It's a good idea. But when management is not good, that's what happens, guys. You got to have good management and people running the company the right way and not think that they just want to smooze with celebrities and kiss their butts. And that's what was literally going on. They were paying celebrities $1 million plus to come in and do like 6-7 shows. And so that they could get a press picture and the management could smooth with them. And that's exactly what was happening. It backfired at them. They lost all their good talent, and then Sirius just went to shit. I mean, I pay for it. You don't even listen to it. I listen to like the music stations, everyone, all the good. I mean, Stern is terrible anymore. I was a huge Stern fan, guys, and it's almost unlistenable. It's like so bad. The show it's horrible, and he'll be done after this contract. He's definitely not coming back. So they wasted like $500 million. They wasted $500 million on this contract right there. They could have spread that $500 million out and had a ton of great talent because nobody is listening to Stern anymore. I know a ton of big listeners or big fans that used to listen, and none of them, I think my one buddy still listens here and there, and that's about it. So yeah, I know a ton of people that stopped during COVID. His show just became unlistenable. He became very political, and it wasn't a good show anymore. And it still isn't now. He couldn't reel back in. His politics and his nonsense took over the show, and it's ridiculous. So yeah, I understand what goes on, guys, and I pay attention. Let's put it that way. And we also pay attention to the market. So that's what's happening, and that's why I laugh when I see the shows on StockTwits because it's kind of comical, guys. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna lie. When you're doing shows, you got 1 million followers, and you're only getting like 2,000 to 3,000 people tuning in. You're in trouble. Trust me. You better reevaluate what your content is really quick because we've done shows that have way more followers or people viewing in and I have like 11,000 followers. If you put it in perspective of what's going on there, it's pretty wild. So yeah, I have a good idea of how it works, and I understand. Again, I told him I gave StockTwits every idea that they implemented to monetize their company, not only make it better, but I did every idea. I told them because I knew it would monetize the company. In return, I just wanted to do my show because I had 1 million followers. So I've told you that story plenty of times. And so, yeah, definitely understand what goes on. And if you guys want to see what goes on and how to build an account and get crazy and probably quit your jobs because, I don't work. Yeah, follow that Discord, sign up, and pay attention because it's about to get wild, guys. You guys, I didn't spend that much time building my shed office for nothing. Let's put it that way. So it is going to be fantastic, I promise you. And there you go. I think that's what it looks like today on a Friday. A little talking at the end there, and yeah, and the TrendSpider, I'll send that out. And it is $5 for 14 days there, so that's beautiful. So that's what the TrendSpider deal is. Again, I'll shoot out my affiliate link. It's on the link tree too. If you just want to go on there and click on it, you can get over in the TrendSpider and you'll see all the deals for the holidays and stuff. But it'll go through my affiliate link right there. And like I said, if you can sign up through that, I can get the guys to give you my charts and some scanners and anything else that you want because they are all set up and it's easy to do once you're signed up on there. And if you have any questions about TrendSpider, ask me. I'm not the expert at that, but I can definitely find out. Nader will help you out. And I'm telling you, their sales team is incredible, guys. I've had them walk me through. And if you sign up for the certain ones, you can get like a one-on-one call with them and they'll show you anything you want to do. They taught me how to set up charts and scanners and everything. That's what I was interested in. So that's what I did. And so there you go at TrendSpider. We did some shows with Nader. I mean, that show was crazy. He called, what one was it? I forget. What the hell one? It wasn't Holo. I forget what. Oh, it was FFAI. That's what. FFAI. He called that. He said it was going to run, and it went up over 100% like a day later. And it looks like it's trying to get set up there. We'll see if it can break through that resistance. And speaking of Holo right here, that looked like it was trying to get set back up and could possibly run. And again, if they release that China trade deal news, you know that the China stocks will get ripping. So Catalyst stacking, China deal, India deal, big beautiful bill, and EU trade deal. And remember, Central Florida, what I said, the ones that matter, China deal, EU trade deal. Once you have them in place, the market is going to be ripping like we already got it to all-time highs, the SPY, and we're just beginning, guys. So like I said, you're going to see a little bit of pullback. And that's expected at the end of the summer here. Look at this thing, 614 right now. So, yeah, they're ripping up here. They will pull back, and then it's going to get really ripping. And like I told you months ago, he has the agenda planned out because they have the midterms coming up, and he wants to smoke the midterms. So he wants to crush it. And what do you do to make sure you can crush them? The elections and the midterms, you make the market run like a maniac higher than ever because then you just go, guys, look what the market's doing and everybody's making money. And that's how you get votes. So there you go. And again, how are they lowering these rates when the inflation was soaring right before an election? That is very political right there, guys. I'll tell you now. And I was saying it a month ago before anybody was saying it. And these stock analysts thought I was crazy and everybody thought the tariffs are bad. And I was saying, guys, just wait a minute. There's a beautiful plan in the mix right here. And just let them carry out the plan and you'll see these all-time highs. Bingo, guys. There you go. So it didn't take a genius to figure it out. You just had to look at the stock charts, and they told you exactly what was going to happen a month ago. And that's why I don't understand what all these expert analysts are so good at, because what the hell are they looking at? They get shit wrong every time, including the Fed and everybody else. And we point it out all the time. So just look at the stock charts. They tell you everything that's going to happen. It's fascinating. This is why I look at them for over 20 years, guys. I've been fascinated by it. And you can see they do not lie. Look at that 614 all-time highs. And that's where the market's sitting. So there you go, everybody. A great little pre-market show. we know it's cruising around again. It looks really good. It should be staying up today, and then we'll reevaluate it. I'll look at it at the end of the day. I don't think we're going to be able to tell. They're going to leave it in a spot just so it can go either which way next week on a short week. And again, you got all these catalysts coming up with China deal, India deal, big beautiful bill, and the EU trade deal. So I do expect a little bit of pullback, but then these things, and that's the other great thing. You throw the China deal in there, you get the market pumping, and then you have the other ones on the back burner while it pulls back a little bit because it needs to, since it's already run up so high, and then you drop some a little big beautiful bill, and then all of a sudden your EU trade deal and an India deal come out later. They just stagger them, and boom, your market's going to be ripping like you've never seen it rip before. Look at it right now, guys. It's unbelievable. So again, and then they drop the rates for us, and then boom, it's off and running, guys. I mean, could you imagine any other president could have never played this as perfect as he has? And I don't know, because they all had that opportunity and nobody was able to do it. And I mean, he literally snaps his fingers and makes the market move in whatever direction he wants. It's kind of fascinating, guys. I've never seen anything like it. And go back as far as you want. Reagan, any of them, none of them had this ability. So yeah, and then he's over there making peace deals with Iran and Israel. After you just obliterated Iran, then you're going to make a peace deal with them. And so yeah, he's got all kinds of craziness going on. And like I said, I think it was a wake-up call for everybody else, including Putin. I think he's going to be getting whipped in the line next. So we'll see what happens. And there you go, everybody. Interesting pre-market show, a little extra talk in there. But you guys be sure to lock in your profits and trade smart on this Friday. Market's looking good, and we're about to get really fired up on the Discord and check it out. So speaking of shows getting political, there you go, Phil. Well, we get a little political here because you have to get political when you're talking about economics, because politics play a big part in it. I am not a political person, to be honest with you. I tell you straight up, I could care less who anybody votes for. I just tell it how it is and tell you what the charts tell us. And you can see I've been pretty accurate, I must say. I mean, I called the election for 3 months when everybody thought I was pretty insane and said it was going to be the biggest landslide, one of the biggest landslides in our country's history. And it's exactly what happened. So you do have to get a little bit political, and I do. But I just pointed out, and again, for 3.5 years, I said nobody was running the country, and that last administration couldn't run a hot dog stand. And I was adamant about it because guess what? Nobody was running the country. And guess what? 3.5 years later, you found out I was absolutely right. These stock charts don't lie. I don't just make things up out of emotion. I tell you, when I sit here and look at them, I make my emotions go to the sides. I don't even have it. I just say what's going on. That's why trading's so different, because then your emotions start to kick in. It's not like doing a show where I just kind of do it. When I look at stock charts, I just rattle them off. But then when you have to hit the sell button, that's when your brain has to start working again, or even the buys are easy. It's the sell button when you got to sell them and get locking those profits. And then your emotions kick in and your brain starts. That's when you have to really think straight. And again, I'm sitting down like a cave with a brain injury, so it didn't work out so well. I just started like not being able to focus right. I could tell. And but that's for everybody. You got to be able to, be able to do that, being able to do this show and tell you what's happening. I can do it easily. I mean, I could probably do it blindfolded at this point. I've been doing it for 20 years. And again, Rich has been telling me to do a podcast type show like this for probably since COVID, before COVID, because we had always talked about stocks and I would always do this. And so he would basically get like a 20-minute show each day when I would talk to him. So he'd be like, dude, you just need to go and do this. You definitely know what you're talking about. So, and I appreciate him always telling me that, and hearing it from somebody like his caliber is incredible. So yeah, it's you have something going on, and I'm not, like I said, I like to be very humble and like to get better at everything. But if you know you're in the right direction and moving in the right direction and you have something good, you're going to keep going. And that's what Covino and Rich always had. They always had something good. I remember I listened to their test show on Maxim Radio when they did a test show. Just happened to have Maxim Radio on because I was a serious subscriber back then, before Stern was even over there, guys. So I had Sirius back then, and yeah, these guys hop on, and they were just really good, and they had just met each other and got put together to do a show, and you could just tell they had skill, and then I just kept on Maxim Radio, and they kept coming back, and I kept listening, and I hit them up, and then the rest is history because I started doing stuff on the show and all the time, and they were just always the best guys ever. So yeah, that's when you have it, and when you know you have something good, you just kind of smile, go forward, and just keep ripping along. And we do. We have a great show. I know we do, and I know because I have people that actually know the industries. Uh, podcast and radio, and also the market that listen and say, yo, dude, you are on the money. Like, things are crazy on that show, doing stuff that never been done before. Who's ever gone through 150 stocks and now to 147 accurate the next day? I mean, nobody does things like this, guys, and then tell you everything going on in the world. That the news isn't doing it. And no other show on these spaces or anything are really doing it. And I'll be honest, like I say, you want to watch a good show, Ben's really good. He gives you great insight on the charts and stuff. He does a show a little after mine, so I check out his show because he does a really good job. And again, you can tell why I joined his Discord, and he's having 6-figure days and crushing it. And that's my kind of thing. That's what I like to do right there. So just giving you a little insight of what's going to be going on in the Discord. And yeah, we do get a little political, but again, I've said it for the entire time, even during the election. I could care less who anyone votes for. You can vote for a turtle if you want. I don't really care. It doesn't. I honestly, our votes don't even really matter that much, to be completely honest. But I mean, it's important to vote. But yeah, I mean, after the whole Bush thing in Florida with Jeb and all that stuff. I mean, come on, everybody realized at that point that our votes didn't really count, and I've discussed that whole story before, so we don't need to get into it. But anyway, there you go, and thank you for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you subscribe, follow along on X and YouTube and all that good stuff. And yeah, we generally, and like I said, we'll be getting back into our normal swing of things next week. You can tell my voice is back. I figured it would probably be back around today. It was starting to feel way better yesterday. My throat was just a little scratchy. So I think we're good to go. And it was crazy. I lost my voice in 3 days. I've never lost my voice. And I've done plenty of conventions, cannabis conventions. I've spoken for like 10 hours in a day straight, just nonstop for like 3-4 days straight, and never lost my voice. I didn't even think it was possible that I could lose my voice, and I did in Vegas. So, that trip was wild. And anyway, there you go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want to look at anything else today, and I'll be keeping you posted. But like I said, it looks like it should be cruising into the end of the day. Pretty green is what it looks like. And things are looking pretty good for next week, especially if you have our China trade deal news coming out. That's going to bump the market up and keep it going up a little higher. And I think that's what they want to do at this point now. They're just making a statement. Hey, guys, we took this thing from down, we dipped it down, and then made it ran, and it's at all-time highs like we've been saying. So I would say he's got it under control, and the markets are looking good right there. So enjoy your Friday, everybody. Be sure to trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.